Did Harry's House deserve Album of the Year? No. Did Beyonce's Rennaisance deserve Album of the Year? No. In fact, the whole category is a joke, and I'll explain why right now. Rennaisance should and should have not won. I'll make it make sense, stick with me. Hi, my name is To Be Honest, and today we'll talk about Beyonce's Rennaisance and the Grammy's Album of the Year category and see why the entire internet was divided in three camps. Queen Bees, Bays, whatever, Hazes, and I'm equally distressed by both groups. And by the end of this video, I'll make you be part of a fourth new camp, so keep watching until the end to find out what that is. Who is Beyonce? Wait, are you really doing this? Yes, because YouTube asks us to explain new things for new viewers. Okay. Beyonce is a queen. Queen bee. Beyonce is an American singer, songwriter, actress, and record producer. In hindsight, that was a boring idea, so let's just skip right through. She rose to fame as a member of Destiny's Child in the late 1990s, before establishing herself as a solo artist in the 2000s. Known for her powerful vocals, dynamic performances, and catchy pop hits, she has won numerous awards and accolades throughout her career, including 28 Grammy Awards, making her the most awarded female artist in the Grammy history. Great. But she didn't win Album of the Year at the Grammys, which annoyed a lot of people, Adele included. Who won? Harry's House. Say that 6 times fast. Harry Styles is a British singer, songwriter, and actor.
You know, my favorite thing about the movie is it feels like a movie.
Who rose to fame as a member of One Direction. Hold up, this one's nice. This is me and the wax figures, which I called the other direction or multiple directions. You know why? Because their eyes were looking multiple directions. Starting a successful solo career. He is known for his unique fashion sense, charismatic personality, and soulful pop rock sound. Harry's House was a step further from what we've seen before in Harry's past solo work, and if you've seen my video on Harry's Paradox, you'd know how I feel about it. But before we get into why Harry's House won and why it shouldn't have, let's look over why Rennaisance. Side note, how the fuck do you write Rennaisance? I've been studying fine arts for the past 9 years and I still can't get it right. I wrote it a dozen times in the script alone and I still can't get it right. We'll look over why Rennaisance should have won, but also why it's fair that it didn't. It makes no sense, but stick with me. So my humble opinion / experience on the album goes like this. Let me be prepared for when you throw tomatoes because I know I deserve them. I didn't even knew this album was out. I found out through the Grammys scandal. Furthermore, everyone's reactions to the award was not good publicity. I'll get back to this. But all in all, first impression is that I never knew it was out. So how could it be the album of the year if I didn't even knew it existed? And furthermore, I did know she had an army of producers on it, which made me go, did they really put ABBA, which has 4-man show against this? Like, come on, it's ABBA, and it's outnumbered greatly. Put me in front of a group of kindergartners and I'd knock myself out. I wouldn't stand a chance. So because in this house we like being open-minded and well-educated on topics, I picked up Rennaisance. Asterisk, I'm not a Queen Baby fan, but I can be fair and square on what I found. So here's what I found. It's stupidly good. I wanted to give it a listen from start to back, and by accident, I looped it like 3 times, back to back, and I still think it's good. No skips. But that's vague, so let's get technical. The album is different from what most would expect from Beyonce. It's very experimental and dives into disco, house, and queer culture. It has a bottomless amount of sampling, which makes for nerds like me a delight, followed by 3 hours of me googling what song goes and Google being like, what do you mean? What song goes like this? Not even ChatGPT could get the right one figured out. Luckily, I have this article with some of the samples, which I will link below. To me, this album is exactly what Bowie's The Buddha of Suburbia is. Yes, I am again talking about Bowie on a video that is not even remotely about Bowie, but hear me out. My man had 6.5 minutes of him just saying sex in the church over synth with autotune, and it was considered weird and boring, and the whole album was considered a throwaway album. That song today would rip at a rave. I'm not a rave person, but this song makes me want to be one. But like I said, back then it was an experimental album in the musical environment of '93, and it was considered a throwaway album. And you know what else is considered a throwaway album? Rennaisance. I didn't say it, so don't shoot shoot me, Twitter did. And it seems to me, from a technical standpoint, that Beyonce went into a deeper direction with what I consider to be more than just a concept album. But why does it have such low ratings in regard to it? Well, life happens, and not everyone has the time or interest to dig to read about the album unless they're a fan. Or someone, most probably on social media, points it out. It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. I'm pointing it out. You're welcome. That is due to the fact that this album has either really bad PR or none to be seen. A lot of people like me found out about it because of the Grammys, and that was the first and only bit of PR we saw for the album. Yes, we have TikTok songs go viral like Cut It Off and Break My Soul, but TikTok is so ephemeral, as in we scroll with no thoughts behind our eyes, that even if the song had been burned into my brain, I still had no idea it was Beyonce's. Yes, I am that uncultured. I'm working on it. Not to mention everyone is waiting on at least one music video, not a teaser, not a clickbait, not a visualizer. The fandom is boiling in their own juices waiting for something. We've seen what she's done with Dubai, so we know she's down to go loco. But she's got nothing to have people talk about or go viral right now. Now Harry's house, on the other hand, like I said in my other video, was made for PR. Like, you usually have a project, an album, tour, social media activity, and then you do PR about it. But Harry's last era was made around making PR, if you get me. More on this on my other video, but the idea is everyone agreed Harry is the universal winner for the album of the year because of that. It was everywhere and it had record-breaking streams and sales, which if you think about it, yes, it was more popular than Beyonce's album, and it did better in streams and sales. So yeah, last year was about it. Clear fair winner, right? Well, no. To my surprise, no. Literally the first paragraph of the Wikipedia page of this category says it's made to honor artistic achievement, technical proficiency, and overall excellence in the recording industry without regard to album sales, chart position, or critical reception. Ma'am, I think we have a problem here, other than my scratched up glasses. Each of these nominated albums have an outstanding leg to sit on. Harry made 80s pop influences be super mainstream. Adele had pure emotional, authentic experiences. Lizzo empowered and broke status quo. And, ma'am, have you seen ABBA Holograms? Coldplay album? Well, I ain't telling you, because the next video is exactly about that. So you gotta stick around if you want to see that one. But back to my point. So how are the Grammys making this category a fair one? Well, they are not. As simple as that. People argue Harry had a fair win because he was everywhere. But the Grammys say it's not about sales charts or reception. And to be fair, Bad Bunny also had astronomical streams too. So how do we settle this debate? And this year was specifically nasty because people compared it to the Kanye incident. I'm gonna be perfectly honest here. That night was not Harry's night. But that doesn't mean booing is okay. I get that people were not happy with the win. Personally, any of them winning would be giving me the same dilemma of why did they win? Either way, people attending were grown-ups from the industry, which I get that are petty. We are humans, we love to be petty, but at least have some etiquette. Not for yourselves, but the youth watching. I get you wanted Bey to win, but Harry's a person too. It's not his fault after all he won. Blame the Grammys instead. Why bring down people? Bring Beyonce on top by her own merit because she deserves it, not by belittling Harry. Truly, it felt like a reality show rather than an award show this year. So, how do we fix this? We don't. I don't think it's fixable. Unless the Grammys make more clear criteria of choice, or at least give out more awards, let's say all nominations get an award, but one who gets higher score by a set of criteria gets like a shiny. Like the Pokemons. Because right now, this year more than others, the Grammys managed to piss off a lot more categories. How can you tell me the best new artist is not Måneskin? Wait, is this rude? I didn't mean it. Like, how can you tell me the best new artist is not Måneskin? Oh my god, there's legit 2 people outside looking at me, so I guess this is better. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Listen to Rennaisance even if you don't usually listen to Beyonce. Don't be rude to collateral victims of a system that is broken. The Grammys are very broken. And stick around if you want to see why Coldplay's album stood out from the rest of the category. God damn it. Although I found this general sentiment that people kind of grew tired of Coldplay even though they didn't do anything for it. Let's see why. Like, come on, it's ABBA. And they're now outnumbered greatly. They're outnumbered greatly.